we'll have a chat with the reigning champions of the UAAP Men's Football Tournament, the Ateneo football team.
And we'll also check on the biggest storylines to watch out for as we head into the NBA All-Star break. Buckle up, sports fans. Let's get in the game. Well, collegiate football is coming back in just a few days and after a 3-year hiatus. With us to talk about the journey and the comeback are the reigning champions of Season 82, Sismon Mercado, Jose Antonio Lopez, Artur Cesar, and Leo Makiling. Gentlemen, welcome to the game.
Pao is so excited, by the way, that
I
the
have no
football
idea.
season is up and coming.
You know what? I wanted to wear green today when I found out they were coming, but then...
But nice, so nice of you
Yeah,
that you wore
purple,
blue.
purple.
I like it.
No, this is purple. This is
Purple.
I'm neutral
Close
today.
to blue,
All right, gentlemen. Unang-una, congratulations on being back. First of all, first and foremost, kasi it's been a 3-year hiatus. How have the preparations been? First and foremost, and of course, how does it feel to be coming back to the UAP?
So we played preseason tournaments, the Liga, which I would say we did pretty well, given that we're just a new team. Yeah.
And Simon, you're the captain of this team. You played in the last
Yep.
season that football was played in the UAP, which is season 81. You won that championship, and now medyo maraming bata, maraming rookies sa team. No? How's that experience trying to, motivate them after that 3-year wait? You're the leader of this team. Now it's football's up and coming.
So this is what I always tell my friends, like how the team is. It's like the first time in UAAP history that there's more rookies than the seniors.
Right.
Currently, we only have like 8 seniors than 14 rookies, and
Wow.
it's really a big adjustment for us
Yeah.
because it's always been the seniors who've been leading the team. Now it's a joint effort to get the team better.
I want to talk to Artus right now, who is a goalkeeper. And of course, with the goalkeeper, a lot of pressure coming on. And playing in the Liga, first and foremost, can you tell us a bit about your experience na yon? Seeing all of these competitive teams again, you played against LaSalle, FEU, some of the other UAP teams as well. Could you give us a bit of, how did that whet your appetite for the upcoming season?
Actually, yun yung first major tournament ko. After ng pandemic. It was a great experience naman. Kasi nakalaban namin yung mga teams na mga kalaban namin. FEU,
Right.
LaSalle, and DLSU. So it was a great experience. Na nakita namin kung ano yung mga kailangan namin i-improve and yung mga nakita rin namin yung mga strengths ng team.
And Artus, it's gonna be your first season in men's football here for Ateneo. But di ka na rin bago sa UAP atmosphere. You played for the Ateneo boys team, high school team.
Yeah.
So far, what has been your biggest adjustment from the level of football ng high school and now in college?
So I've played in the Ateneo Juniors football team
Right.
for 2 years under Coach Doji. Yung biggest adjustment ko siguro yung mag-adapt sa playing style ni Coach JP kasi sobrang different. And yung fitness level din kasi coming from the pandemic, maraming nahinto and then
At walang fit.
yeah.
Oo. Leo, you're a midfielder, right? Listed ka dito sa striker. And right now, at least dito sa cheat sheet namin, and the strikers of Ateneo, historically, have done a very good job, especially when you have a guy like Harvey Gayoso, back in the day, leading the line, again, around 50 goals. 50 goals lang naman
That's crazy.
for Ateneo during his playing career.
Yeah.
Right now, you talk about goal scoring for Ateneo and trying to get them going offensively. You're going to be a part of it, and just how much pressure is trying to replicate sort of what Harvey and the rest of the boys did in the past. Kasi grabe yung attack team ng Ateneo dati.
I think it's hard to say na to follow Harvey Gayoso. Of
course.
It's hard, diba? Harvey Gayoso has been
He's
a
okay.
really big impact in the UAP and especially for Ateneo. I think na I'll just do my best, be the best version of myself with the support of my teammates, coaches, family, friends, and give them the support, give them the same support, and just do my best.
And Leo, currently you are in your 3rd year,
Yeah.
if I'm correct. And it's gonna be your first season in
First
the
season,
UAAP. what are you looking forward to the most? It's gonna be a different atmosphere. You guys play the preseason tournaments,
Yeah.
but personally, I know that the UAP is a totally different animal. What are you looking forward to the most?
Oh, I can't wait to play, step on the field, just hearing the crowds, you know. It's gonna be my first game, and playing for the blue and white I'll always be proud of that. And yeah, since Ateneo, we know Ateneo has a history of excellence in academics and athletics, and to be a part of that community is a testament to the legacy.
8 UAP men's football titles for Ateneo so far. Josie?
Yeah.
Right? Josie.
I like the nickname.
Yeah, I like that nickname too. You're coming in as co-captain, obviously a lot of leadership responsibility falls on you also. And when you talk about leading this group, again, a lot of young players, there's a few seniors mixed in, but then even the seniors don't really have a lot of experience kasi dalawang taon yung walang football. You go into this one with your experience in the preseason. How confident are you in this group that you can make a splash going into the next season?
I just want to say I love the game and I love my teammates.
We love the game too. It's a great show.
So we come in confident. We come in confident, but we have to take the game like one at a time.
Yeah.
So we have to focus on our first objective and then slowly move up. So when I look at my teammates and I believe in my team, I believe in the Ateneo community that provides support with us. And we're just going to take this one at a time, but coming in confident for sure.
And Josie, this is not going to be your first UAP season. You technically played one game in season 82. It was cut short.
I told you about the experience, right?
So it was just one game. How was that experience for you, waiting 3 years to play your next UAP game? What did you do to prepare and just to stay ready? Everyone stayed ready during the pandemic. I'm sure you did also.
Yeah. So bouncing off from what you said, I only had to play one game against UST for about 5 minutes. But in those 5 minutes, one of the best experiences of my life.
For sure.
And I've been looking forward to this moment from that. So during the pandemic, we've all had our own shares of trainings, and somewhat it was difficult, as we all know.
Yeah, you know what? It's funny because I have a feeling you're gonna get over those first 5 minutes very quickly once you play more than 5 minutes here in this season. Simon, you take a look at this group again. Very rare that there's championship experience right now in the UAP because it's been so long. A lot of the players have graduated. Is that dagdag pressure ba yun sa'yo, considering that you're the one who actually knows what it takes to win a championship, and how can you bring that down to the rest of the team, knowing that okay, this might be an edge that we can build?
Yeah, it's definitely a lot of pressure because I'm the only one who only experienced the championship among the 22 players, and given that that I'm the only one who can share those experiences, it's really hard to like help them relate to what it feels like. So I'm really trying my best to show what the team, what Ateneo can do in the tournament.
And Simon, you're not just the only team for sure that's going to be young because marami nang graduate, there are going to be new players coming in. But what did you tell your young teammates? What's it like in the UAAP, and what does it take to win a championship in the UAAP?
First of all, the UAAP, you couldn't hear yourselves because of the bang of the drums.
Yep.
Yeah, I know you can relate. Yeah, go ahead. But most importantly, what I always tell them is to always know your purpose when you play the game, because like why you started playing football first, and now that they know that, I think they take that in and try to win the tournament.
Josie, you had a chance to take a look at everyone in the Liga. You had a chance to really assess what you guys have, and when you take a look at teams that you want to play, I know you already played LaSalle a couple of times, you played FCU, but then how excited are you to meet the likes of UP, who will be playing on their home turf a lot, and of course,
can I cheer for UP? Am I allowed to do that?
Again, I'm never cheering for these guys, right?
Okay.
So, no, but Josie, how excited are you to face all the other guys that you never really had a chance to go up against as much in the lead up to this particular season?
So we were able to play against majority of the UAP schools during our preseason, and we're just gonna take it one step at a time. I think we're looking forward. So we're gonna look at their first games, and we're just gonna come from that.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Ateneo Blue Eagles trying to retain their championship that they won so long ago. It's been a while, but then probably the only player left in the UAP with championship experience. Good luck to you guys, and let's see what happens in the upcoming season.
Good luck, guys, and
Thanks for having us.
Thank you for having us.
And after the break, we'll find out what to expect from the hottest teams and players in the NBA after the All-Star break. Stay tuned. You're watching The Game.
Welcome back. You're watching The Game. The NBA All-Star Weekend is right around the corner, and that also means we're about to witness the playoffs really soon. My co-host and NBA Philippines All-Star analyst Diego Dare will be telling us which players and teams should be on our radar. And spoiler alert, wala yung Jazz! Ano to?
Walang Jazz, pal.
Well, nasa Utah naman yung
Because
All-Star.
maybe you can talk about the Jazz, probably.
No one will care.
Okay.
Right, okay, so simulan muna natin to a team that everyone cares.
Right.
The Lakers. The Lakers have been really interesting because of the trades that they made at the trade deadline. A lot of changes being made here. I mean, what should we watch out for when it comes to them? Apart from the inevitable drama that we always have every time someone takes an L.
Okay, more than the fact that our producer Ken is a huge Laker fan.
Yeah.
A lot of Pinoy fans are Laker fans.
That's
So
true.
I had to put the Lakers in here. And just for context, the Lakers need to win 16 out of their 24 games. Not to make the playoffs, but to make the play-in.
Wow.
So that's gonna be tough for the Lakers. But I saw their game earlier against the Pelicans.
Yeah.
And they look good.
They
With
look good, yeah.
LeBron James playing alongside the D'Angelo Russell, AD looking healthy, with Beasley and Vando there. I think it's a good mix of great defenders, spot-up shooters, but I think more than anyone, it's D'Lo that really fits this Lakers team. Talking about him trying to shoot the basketball, he can space out. That's the main difference of D'Lo and Russell Westbrook when it comes to spacing the floor. But he can also create and take a few, creating opportunities from LeBron James.
Shout out to former Jasmine, Vanderbilt, and Beasley making the
They are
Lakers look
hooping.
good. They look good. And of course, the team that made the most noise is undoubtedly the Phoenix Suns. Win now mode, KD part of the mix, and everyone's going to hope that they get to rhythm soon. The question is, though, did they shoot too much of their bench depth to actually make a good run? Because this feels like a win now move.
Definitely, the Suns are trying to look to win now. They're currently fourth in the West.
Yeah.
So I think there's no doubt that they're gonna make it to the playoffs. The only doubt here is, are they gonna be healthy? KD has not yet played for the Phoenix Suns, but if they make it to the playoffs and KD, Chris Paul, Devin Booker, DeAndre Ayton, and maybe put the Torrey Craig there, that might be the strongest lineup in the
Probably,
NBA
yeah.
right now if you take a look at the talent and on paper. But that's the reason why we say on paper, because we haven't seen them actually play together. But in terms of offensive firepower, that's gonna be tough. How do you even guard CP3, KD doing a ball screen, right? I mean, it's gonna be different.
Absolutely. Well, the game was never won on paper. It's always won on the court. And
course.
speaking about winning on the court, the Milwaukee Bucks have quietly been amazing. I'd say quietly because we're kind of used to them winning the way that they are. But then with Giannis Antetokounmpo and the rest of the Bucks finding their stride here as of late, and you have to feel that they may be in the mix when all said and done.
I mean, the Bucks are really looking good right now. They're second in the East, just trailing the Boston Celtics, although they have the same number of wins. The reason why Boston is number one because they have fewer losses compared to the Bucks. But when you take a look at this Bucks team, Drew just had a 40-point game, and Giannis is currently averaging 32 points, 12 rebounds, and almost 6 assists per game. It seems like they're peaking at the right time, and they're doing this with Chris Middleton in and out of the lineup. So I feel like they're learning how to play without that third star in Chris Middleton. Because remember, last season in the playoffs, when Chris Middleton was injured in the playoffs, it was a totally different Bucks team. But now they know how to play even without Chris Middleton, and they're beating tough teams with their lineup.
You know, you take a look at the Bucks and you mentioned Chris Middleton coming in and out of the lineup. Does this team still look like a championship caliber team to you, despite the fact that there have been, you know, in and outs in the lineup?
I think so, especially when they're healthy. If this Bucks team peak at the right time in the playoffs, and especially with the matchups that they're gonna be looking at in the East, I think the Bucks are gonna be one of the favorites to make it maybe all the way to the finals.
Well, let's see. There's a lot of beasts in the East right now. And speaking of beasts, we have to talk about Nikola Jokic, a three-time MVP, question mark here. And of course, obviously Jokic is here because our producer, Rain, has probably slipped this in. We already had a Jokic body a couple of days ago just talking about his MVP credentials. But then you can't not talk about him, especially right now. He is one of the front runners for this MVP award. Question is voter fatigue. Do you believe it's going to be real? And of course, do you feel that Nikola Jokic could actually lead Denver to a further run in the playoffs?
Well, the thing with voter fatigue is the knack before was Jokic didn't lead his team to a lot of wins, or maybe not all the way to the Western Conference Finals, right? But they're currently number one. The Nuggets are currently number one in the West. And the numbers are different. Like, no one's close to it. I think Jokic will be that three-time MVP if the Nuggets stay at that number one seed. And it's looking good with Murray back healthy, MPJ there. I think it's going to be a scary team, especially in the playoffs.
Well, we all know, though, unfortunately for a lot of people who have been one seeds in the past, that does not necessarily mean nagagana yan sa playoffs.
Especially with the Lakers trying to keep
Lakers trying to keep up. And some of the other teams that are near the bottom actually are very good. So let's see what happens there. But of course, with Jokic leading the way for MVP, we mentioned Giannis a while ago, still giving chase. Jason Tatum quietly having, I'd say quietly now, but then his numbers are still incredible. And of course, Joel Embiid also making a late push. Would you be surprised if any of those three suddenly overtake Nikola Jokic, or is Nikola Jokic really clear and dry the favorite for you?
I think if Giannis leads the Bucks to the number one seed in the East and try to overtake Boston, that might be a case for Giannis to win another MVP and overtake Jokic. But it's going to be tough because Jokic has been having an amazing, efficient season with all the numbers that he's been putting.
Yeah. So right now, we have to, this is a strange talk point now that I think about it. It says here, and napapaisip rin ako, will the defending champs even make the playoffs this year? For the state of the defending champs. Jegs, can you explain to us why are we even entertaining this talk?
Well, it's funny that we're asking this question because the Golden State Warriors, as we mentioned, just won the championship last season, and they are now currently at, I think, 9th or 8th spot. And if you take a look at the numbers, their first five in Steph, Clay, all the other starters with Draymond Green and there, Kevon Looney, they are currently the number one starting unit in the whole NBA.
Yeah.
If they're healthy.
If
because
they're healthy.
Steph is not healthy.
That's a big question mark
right now.
Yeah.
And you mentioned earlier, Pao, that the number one seed is not safe because of this team. They're still the defending champs for a reason, and they might actually face the Nuggets when they make it to the playoffs.
I want to fix the asterisk here because the playoffs, do you mean they get into the play-in or they make it past the play-in and then into the playoffs? What is playoffs for you? Does a play-in count as playoff?
I think the play-in counts as a playoff. I think though they're gonna make it to the 8th spot, which is still part of the play-in.
Yeah.
They have to play that 9th spot.
Yeah.
So I think if Steph Curry makes it on time for the Golden State Warriors, this is going to be a scary team in the playoffs.
If we're going to consider the play-in as a playoff, I think they're in. But then if you're going to consider the playoff as after the play-in, that is a bigger
And they
question.
also have the number of the Denver Nuggets. So
Yeah.
this is going to be tough.
So
It's
we'll
really
see.
gonna be tough.
We'll see. A lot of questions to be asked and a lot of that happening after the All-Star break. That's happening in Utah, Salt Lake City, Utah. And of course, you have a few friends there. We're going to hear from them hopefully really soon as well. Now, after the break, we've got more updates on your favorite sports and athletes. Stay tuned. You're watching The Game. Welcome back. You're watching The Game. Let's take a look at the latest updates from today's game in the ongoing PBA Governors Cup. Against all odds and without their import, the Rangers and Lasta Painters come away with the victory against the Terefira Majip, 120-118. Santi Santillan and Andre Carap combined for 46 points, and the latter came up with the game-winning bucket in the clutch. Santillan scoring inside against their import, Jordan Williams. Tune in to PBA Rush, One Sports Plus, Signal Play, and Smart Live Stream to catch the ongoing showdown between the NLX Road Warriors and the Magnolia Hotshots.
Moving on to the heart of volleyball, here's what happened in the elimination round showdown between the F2 Logistics Cargo Movers and the Cherry Tigo Crossovers. The Cherry Tigo Crossovers keep their record clean after winning in straight sets versus the F2 Logistics. It was a total team effort for the Crossovers with 4 players scoring double digits. They now join the Creamline Cool Smashers at the top of the standings. And the second game in today's PVL All-Filipino Conference doubleheader features the PLDT High-Speed Hitters versus Army Black Mamba. Catch the ongoing game live on One Sports Plus, Signal Play, and the Smart Live Stream app. Thank you for joining us. I'm Diego Dario.
Catch us weeknights here on One News, One Sports, and One Sports Plus. I'm Paulo De Rosario. And this has been the game.